we started off in the depths of a shuddering and shaking uh, place where we were just finishing a ritual of uh, totally not making a terribly powerful arcane stone bomb. And instead, we're just making stuff. As the angry stone manta rays popped up out of the earth in response, uh, 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 Regulus proceeded to calmly get everyone to group up within at least a 20-foot radius. Vala and Elowin, or mostly Vala, had trepidation about doing anything with Regulus's magic. But this instance, it was not a fireball, and in fact was him trying to get everyone into a close enough radius to teleport all of us to uh, anywhere else but here. Where was anywhere else but here? Well, he wanted us to teleport to the steps of the lovely Drow Dark Temple of the Dark Dancer, um, which there were steps nearby where they landed. However, they landed in the midst of the baths, uh, quite abruptly and shockingly. A party of fully kitted out adventurers in their full armor and probably singeing or burning at the tips, and a stone lizard, which thankfully, I guess if he landed anywhere else other than a fucking pool of water, he probably would have shattered, which is potentially why Kaz did it. Or Kaz just really likes to stir the pot, as DM is wont to do. Either way, resolving Jethris's unfortunate petrification at the hands of the manta ray poisons, and the sudden appearance of Drow, but the also sudden appearance of the mighty sun, which was equally as disturbing to Elowin, or surprising to Elowin as anything else. Fixing Jethris up and quickly extricating ourselves from the place where we were very overdressed by comparison to many probably practicing drow and other patrons of the baths. We went outside, basically sort of had a moment to ourselves, and basically, since we were in a city of you know safe haven known to our group, everyone decided to sort of go to their own various needs. Elwyn and Vala heading towards the temple of the Queen of Arvindor, I believe. Is that right? Or is that a different elven deity of... Yes.
The same.
To sort of find out what that song was that they were hearing. And unfortunately, we don't have Shazam in this world, so they're going to have to go find it themselves.
Shazam!
Regardless, Goel, Jethris, and Judas all decided to do the one thing that is needed after a series of grueling fights, near-death experiences, and it was go to a halfling tavern to drink. Regulus tried to go back to the drow to make a formal apology. However, they were quite not particularly angry, but they weren't particularly amused with the appearance of the group in their hallowed waters. So he apologized profusely to them, basically saying, "You don't need to apologize. Just please come back later." He gave them the Pawafli we found inside the uh, Underdark. That's sort of another item that they can put on display as a sort of reminder of their past, of where they came from, of what they are trying to avoid. And then Regulus went and joined Jethris, Judas, and Goel at the tavern, where I believe Jethris and Judas had a short conversation along with Goel, basically just talking about drinking and about the halfling superstition, um, which the halfling serving them was quite distraught at every mention of uh, lying about their situation to get a certain drink. Um, and Goel very loudly saying it before promptly falling face first onto the desk, unconscious. As it seems, the exhaustion of the constant travel mixed with the alcohol seemed to catch up with him pretty instantaneously. Leaving, just arriving Regulus, Jethris, and Judas to have a conversation. Regulus and Jethris talking about the specifics of how they might want to go about doing the ritual that they had learned about from the stone giant that they were sort of following through the motions. A lot of it boiled down to, well, not a lot of it, but some of it boiled down to going to the source somewhat of there being a certain individual in Regulus's family line that was quite adept at carving the runes of giants, where Regulus somewhat lacked in expertise of, and having them to be able to make it would certainly take the edge off of us fucking it up.
Do note, apparently has. Apparently this is his family.
Yes, allegedly, according to popular belief. Of a con man
according to you believe.
Of a con man who believes he's from a different time. And anyways, we somewhat well, originally it was just going to be Jethris and Regulus pop out to wherever they can to find out the details, and then pop back to help Vala on her quest, since we kind of bamped out of the Underdark a bit quick. But we were in a dangerous situation, and it could give us a chance to reset and acquire some more diamond dust in case more petrification monsters exist in the Underdark, which probably do. So then it sort of became Judas was going to tag along, if anything, to help disprove or help prove his theory on Regulus being a fraud and a liar, madman. And Goel, I think, eventually got roped into it just by proxy, or hasn't really said no or said yes specifically. He was just an unconscious drunk at the time, and we had to carry him out of the bar. When we went back to our towards our lovely warehouse that we had purchased, or not purchased, appropriated, given to us by the town, and as a clear point of order and creation of some people losing their minds laughing, we indeed came back to see the stag chew, and the dragon head that we had collected previously. And mostly empty building that we have yet to really do any design of. So the idea was that perhaps we would go away, come back, see about ordering some furniture, maybe, and so that we could furnish this place, so that we have a good base of operations to come back to, as we also have a underground area. I am getting to that. You guys had to come back to meet us here. Whilst that was happening, happened, Elwyn and Val went along to the temple of the Queen of Arvindor, where Elwyn was able to clearly hear the song that he had not recognized for a very long time. And this was a song from the Elven lands, if I recall, that was basically the song he was hearing, the one he recognized. I don't recall if I found out any specific religious significance to that, other than obviously it was a song played in the Queen of Arvindor's place here. And Vala's further curiosity as to why she heard it in the Underdark at that moment of time. We have yet to figure out where exactly that would lead, or what Vala wants to do about it, as she has been stoically quiet and contemplative for a little while. But I'm sure we'll get the details out of her soon enough. Regardless, Elwyn also made the quote unquote heartwarming request Elwyn made to the party. I don't believe it. I think it's inexcusable and downright terrible to ask us of this when we just saved him from the Underdark. But anyways, he requested that eventually we go to the Elven lands, if I recall. Is that was the request, to go see why his family suddenly decided to hate him or upend him, or his sister or cousin?
Yes.
Cousin suddenly decided to hate him after they fought in a sort of competition, and Elwyn refused to go hard, go full force.
No. Just to give you a fact, in this competition, he explained that it should be a friendly competition until one of them win, and what he said that that competition should be not deadly, and what he said, she become really deadly in the fight, so he retaliated and almost killed her in that fight, and everyone stopped him, and he was confused why they did not stop her first.
I guess. So, in other words, in an unsurprising turn of events, we have yet another person who has family issues that we need to go deal with. If I had a silver piece for every time we had to go deal with some family issues, I'd have.
I mean,
how many people have we met?
I wonder if we should call this we should change this name of this thing to something like family values.
I promise the next character will have no issue with his family.
I mean, Regulus doesn't have an issue with his family. Just the fact that he has a sister. Never mind. That's the issue. But that's not an issue for the party to deal with, unless it becomes an issue, which is a whole other thing. But anyway, and I believe that is mostly where we signed off last time. Basically, just we long rested, and we're about to sort of make our decision to go out and possibly cause the universe to fold in on itself as two people who are not supposed to meet. Anyway, that was the last session. Oh, wait. Sorry. Getting there. I don't know. You seem cagey about revealing the fact that you had a pocket nuke in your pocket the whole time. Jethris decided to wake up in the middle of said long rest and go out specifically 2 miles away from the city for no apparent reason, no worthy reason, totally, to hop into the jug and call out to Umash to sue him to see if he could talk out a bit of a amendment to their deal, which Umash took for a Dow probably surprisingly well. But Jethris basically asked to see where his standing was, to see where the debt was after this transaction of the orb. Once it has become into Umash's inventory, and Umash was sort of alluding to the idea that the orb itself was not enough, and he still had a little bit to go, which was kind of getting a little vague, which, with patrons of that nature, vague is not exactly something you really want to hear. So Jethris carefully danced around the idea of of settling that debt a lot sooner than, whenever he decides to throw him a bone again. And Umash, in a surprising turn of events, basically said that he could settle his debt if, in addition to the Orb of Destruction mini pocket nuke, he hand over the big, super powerful, awesome, cool axe that he had forged inside of that potent forge, where everything was, where a whole bunch of items were melded together into one super item. And Jethris was like, shit, it's that easy? And gave Umash the axe. And he seemed to accept it. Jethris walking away, walking out of the jug and taking it along with him. And we have yet to see what the consequences of those actions are, if there are any. Maybe there isn't. Maybe the next time he tries to go into that jug, he just gets a puff of dust. But who knows? Anyway, is there anyone else that would like to hop into all the things I'm missing? Other than my marbles?
I don't think you missed any more. Aside of, I think when Jethro returned, he was spotted by Elwin, but there wasn't much in regards to it. I think it was a small conversation as Jethro returned back to the bay. And by now, you should all consider yourselves long rested. Either some of you are already sleeping onto different inns and are returning here, other people have already put down their bedrolls. The wooden boards of this area, somewhat renovated as it is, by people, laborers, that Nathaniel had purchased in your absence, seems to be warm and cozy, as it makes for a much better ground than the outskirts, the outside, and the underdark that you usually sleep onto. You can get used to this, and this in itself still does not have a bed. But alas, you are all long rested as you are slowly, once again, gathering around into the warehouse, into your guild house.
Regulus comes back in. Similar noise, but a lot less southern. And sort of looks around. Right. Well, that was the best sleep I've had in. How long have we been on the road?
What? I can't hear you from behind this locked door.
What locked door? Which door are you behind?
And grab the door.
Loud.
I'm free.
Goel's sleeping on the floor. Trying to sleep on the floor.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, the doors are super tiny icons for me. I couldn't see
Really?
them. Yeah, I see them now.
Oh, they are tiny. What the fuck?
I'll redo them again at another time. Because right now, if they are complicating things, I'll fix
It
them another
wasn't
time.
really
But go
that
ahead.
bad.
They look like floor studs.
Thought he turned them into windows. I'm like, there's a lot of windows in this room. Oh, hey, Ridge. Morning. Seems
I will
chipper.
enter the building. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that Jethro seems chipper. Go ahead.
Yeah, I will enter the building. Good morning, everyone. And I look to Jethres, and I open my mouth and say, "What did you excuse that time? That when you walked night
I was going for a hike.
hike? Oh, hack
Like
hike.
HIKE.
Yeah. I'll say, are you okay, Jethres? Did not your hike yesterday night was hard for you to sleep late?
Stretches, popping every single vertebrae in his back. Ugh. No, I'm all right. I'm feeling refreshed from that thing, actually.
Good for you.
Might need to mend my boots a little, but is what it is.
Is there a place here to shower?
Nope.
I
No.
okay.
There might be a
Ah.
Where's the
bathhouse.
shower?
What?
I was just like, where is the shower? Like, is there any
It's-
waterfalls nearby?
Normally, when we're in slavery, they just let us go in a small pond and clean ourselves.
Okay.
There are the drow
And
baths.
you call that a shower?
Let's go there.
Sorry, sorry, I don't have a lot of terminology in English. That is the player, not the character.
No, we're just having a bit of fun. And you could just have said she's not underneath a waterfall or something. That would make sense. Or a rain shower. We were only allowed to get clean when it rained in the Underdark.
Yeah.
Well, you said
Yeah.
words, Elwin.
Yeah.
You said words, we understood them.
Okay.
We're just having fun.
The only time that I take a good bath when the matriarch he will stop talking and say, "So where's the bath?
Well, we can go back to the Drow Church and go to their bath.
Why would we go to Drow?" And his
They're
face.
nice.
They're real
No.
nice.
Yes.
Those drow
We
are
have
quite
gold.
nice. They were they're moon dancer drow. They actually exchanged one of my weapons once. Like I had like one of their holy weapons. They're the nice ones. Unfortunately, I don't think they go for men.
Well, if you're
Trauma.
uncomfortable with it, I'm sure there's probably at least 12 other bathhouses in this city.
I
Or a
will
tavern.
follow you guys. I will follow you guys.
The taverns
Let us
have
eat first.
baths?
Not tavern, inn, whatever.
We have not eaten.
Oh,
Let us eat
shit,
first.
right. What do we got in this place? Jethros looks
There is
around
no
for a
food.
cupboard. We ain't got
Why-
shit
Yes.
here.
Why
Why the hell we buy this place?
We didn't buy it.
We just gotta. We definitely did buy it. We paid taxes on it and
Yes,
everything.
you
There's just a
forget that
corner
we
full of
bought
shit
it.
we got from people. That's it.
Hey, we bought the place and then we went adventuring and we asked nobody to take care of it. We not like we actually like hired a landlady or something
I mean,
or rented it out.
what is there for a landlady to do? It's a big open room.
I don't know.
It
Dust
echoes.
off the stag chew every now and then.
We could have given her money. She could have like basically made this a bed and breakfast.
Looks around at the empty ass warehouse.
And well, she could have bought stuff. I mean, we could have employed somebody. But yes, I mean,
Look.
dreams.
We haven't really had time to buy to purchase the services of a particularly good interior decorator. So, I mean, we probably could do that.
Do a Regulus. That's a great idea.
Right. Well, how about we solve a few of our problems that we've just come up with at once? We'll go to an inn/tavern where we can get some food, some breakfast, and Elowin can we can just buy a room or ask if he could just use the bath of a room that's empty, clean up. Actually, wait. Regulus kind of like does mental calculations for a second. Oh wait, hold on. Come here, Elowin. He sort of just like points a hand towards you, and you see sparks for a second. You think death is about to arrive, and he
Not another fireball. He's prepared to jump.
and he casts prestidigitation, and he just sort of works his way down.
Oh.
I just imagine it's kind of like if like a TIG or an arc welding that's kind of just like zapping away all the dirt. It doesn't feel like anything. It just looks bad. It looks worse than it feels. And it sort of just does that from head to toe.
Oh.
There you go.
It's not. Oh, thank you.
Oh, I thought that was gonna go differently.
What?
Can we go now?
Go where?
Yeah.
Eat.
Okay.
I am starving.
Are there
Right.
Are there like pancake houses here or like
What
just
is a
taverns?
pancake?
Oh, Elwin, what the hell? We gotta get you a pancake. Hold on, I gotta see if there's a fucking pancakes house in the city. Holy shit. Jethros
There's a
walks out.
Denny's
to
right
look
over
for-
there. Actually, it's called Benny's.
Can Jethros look around for ye old IHOP?
Waffle House.
No, I don't want to get into a fight
Let's
today.
not go there. Let's not get into a fight. We just stopped fighting.
But we are good at fighting.
Yes, but Waffle House is totally different. It's like CR20.
It's okay.
I
We
don't-
need to don't destroy a Waffle House. I'm hungry.
I don't know if you have
It
these
is delicious,
calves,
though.
but I want to look for one of those tourist trap log cabin pancake houses if I can find one.
First, I want you to start trying to find a log cabin in this stone fucking city.
It doesn't matter where they are; they're always a log cabin.
As you move
Yeah,
out
so-
onto the Fry Temple, you can see into the many different districts that are in here. Close to the Moon Maiden district, the area that you yourself find your guild house being, there are a number of, again, this district, this area is the one that is filled with most of those inns, taverns, and anything that has to do with hospitality. From different pies that and bakeries around the area that will absolutely suit your senses and nearly enthrall you as you see Jethro to the moment that he steps outside, starving as is, his two nostrils widen out, and he kind of just has this aroma, this scent from a bakery that slowly drives him towards there. Not far from the guild house, a street apart and a few roads into the deeper parts of Fry Temple, you will indeed come to a stone bakery in there, where there are a bunch of different goods stored. Definitely enough to fill your gutter for today. It doesn't look very tourist trap, Jethros, but at the very least, it seems alluring. Again, Fry Temple is not relying on tourism that much.
I say to the group, well, the ambience is a bit much to be desired, but this smells like it works.
From meat pies or pies that are stuffed jam, there are all sorts of different goods up for trying. Mushroom pies as well. Each of which doesn't cost that much. A handful of copper coin, 5 copper per dish should be enough. And you can attribute that, do the calculations, and get yourself stuffed. And again, those areas serve traditional goods from the areas around, both Midland and Zuri.
I get 2 servings. And I show Elwyn what a pancake is. She's like, there's a really fluffy disc of fucking batter and shit, and they fry it up for you.
When I was there, I was just giving only half a bread and a soup.
Well, this is bread plus.
I mean, the only time I could eat meat, and he stopped. I wasted a natural
Kills
20.
me.
No, I did not hit you.
How dare you?
I have the shortcut of a button in my screen, so it's mistake. No, I'm sorry, but he will leave the pancake. Yeah, but he will say the only time I've been allowed to eat when I've been invited in the big strange party they was making underground. When I said invited, I mean as a decoration.
All right. Well, you should try this food. It's really good. And I'm gonna start scarfing stuff down to avoid this conversation.
Awkward. Keep it awkward. This is his job.
To be awkward?
He is awkward.
Oh.
He don't.
Right.
He doesn't know what he talk about, so he talk about only thing. Like imagine a person all his life is training, then slavery, then now he is open to the world.
He really needs some more hobbies. Regulus will sort of like, as he's sitting there and he's also eating awkwardly, listening to to whatever Elowen is talking about. He'll sort of say, "Right, how was your first day back in the sun?"
You look up, and though it is the middle of the day, or at the very least the very morning, the skies do not look that sunny. sun is barely visible from the very top of the mountains on Bright Temple onto the summit. This town itself is bound in a perpetual
I was about to
twilight,
say.
as it is always, glowing as such.
Alwyn looked to Regulus. Well, first he doesn't know how to eat, like with a like is that a fork or what? Like how the middle like life eating pancake with a
Oh,
fork?
you could just roll that shit up and stuff it in. That's you go ahead.
Yeah, he will do that. You're rolling the pancake and eating it. Look to Regulus. I. It's weird. Uh, I know it's only been 7 years, and for me, 7 years is like a yesterday. But at the same time, it felt like forever that I did not see the sun. Uh, I am very grateful for all of you. Really, thank you for getting me out of there.
Right. Well, I mean, we weren't going to just leave you behind,
Yeah.
and bringing people out of the bad shit that they're in, and repeatedly bringing them into terrible situation after terrible situation is what we do. Sort of. A lot.
Oh my god.
But we usually do pretty well for ourselves.
How are you guys talking? This shit's so good. Oh my god.
Well,
Uh,
Sorry,
seem-
somebody saying something? I was just having a bit of good time in my mouth.
Is he having like a blood sausage or something?
blood.
Oh, the blood pudding. The blood pudding
hate it.
with
Yo,
waffle.
can I
Oh,
get some of that, man?
no, it's not jam. It's not jam. It's blood pudding.
Oh wow, Val! It looks like you just took the deepest breath you've ever taken.
Mm.
Goyle goes to
And
the
before-
waiter or waitress or whatever and say,
Give me all the bacon you have.
Ooh.
All the bacon as
No,
belongs
wait.
to us.
Make sure
I
that
think you
shit's stripped.
misunderstood me. When I said all the bacon, I meant all the bacon.
Not just a lot of it, all the bacon.
Make sure that shit's
go well.
crispy.
We do have. I'm not going to argue with that. Right. There was a conversation I was thinking of having. Valor, are you cognizant, awake, available?
She's probably in
muted?
absolute ecstasy from all this delicious food. Or she's muted.
Muted will do it. Sorry, what was it, Reggie? I didn't hear clearly.
Regulus was basically. I can hear
Uh-oh.
myself. Cringe.
Echo. Yes, Vala, that there is echo.
Yeah.
All right. Let me check if I can find at least some headphones.
Regulus basically said that what's going on with Vala. You and Elwyn and you went to the. This is probably news to you as a player. Went to the Church of the Queen of Arvindor and basically sort of found the source of the song that they were listening to or hearing, and beyond Elwyn understanding and you understanding that it's from the Elven lands, or was a song from the Elven lands, from the Queen of Arvindor, sort of clergy song they sing. That basically, was there anything that she wants to do or feels like she has the need to do since we kind of left very suddenly?
All right. First of all, is it better now?
Say something
I didn't
Regulus.
I didn't hear myself, so
Right.
I think it's good.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of wanted to like look into that elven music before, someone rudely teleported us away from some rock manta rays. You want to go back there?
You.
I'd never be petrified. What?
Just give me a second, guys. Then getting a little up to speed.
No, go ahead.
Cass is probably feeding information through a wall of text. Matrix is happening.
She's starting to believe.
Beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a
All right.
fence.
All right. So, last I recall, Hans said me and Val and Elwin had gone to the temple of the Queen of Arvandor. So right now, where are we? I need that.
This is after that.
We're at IHOP.
To give
It is
you
the
the
next
quick
day.
up to speed.
Yeah.
This happened the previous day when you arrived in Friday Temple. You went towards there more for you to pray and so I can sideline Vala. Elwin had this very, very intense moment. Elwin returned to the group, whilst Vala stayed a little bit longer to pray. She returned to the warehouse but didn't have a chance to speak with Elwin, given that they were already trancing. Vala went to set her bedroll and sleep to the side, put a little bit more prayer as she was preparing the spells for the next day, long rested, and all of the group went to a bakery to have a good breakfast as they pave the path for the very next day.
All right. Sorry about that. But thank you. Very well. So, one last time. The last thing Reggie said was,
If you had any particular direction on where you wanted to go?
so, Vala seems to think about it for a few moments, and she will say that I am not sure. If anything, this is one of the few times that I hope the Queen will give me a sign. I'm not one to often rely on portents and visions, but right now, what with that song, I feel like it's something I can't ignore, but at the same time, I'm not sure what it could be.
Huh. Well, I don't really know what exactly will trigger more of these visions. Gods work in mysterious ways, and so on and so forth. I was just wondering if you if you didn't have a specific way you wanted to go. Jethris and I were kind of thinking of going to a specific place just to get some details and see if we can enlist the help of someone for something we're trying to do.
Stretch out our feelers, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, we can, like, obviously, I don't foresee any issues where we're going. I mean, fighting issues. It's more of just like we go there, either we find the thing we looking for or we don't, and we kind of just go from there. I mean, really, given a day of rest or not, I can sort of have us anywhere on continent or even further than that if really necessary in a flash, providing I have the magic for it. So we're not really limited by distance. So if after we find some of the information that we need, we could teleport to the Elven lands, since both you and Elwyn seem to have a connection there. Maybe going back to those lands, you'll be able to hear the song, or get a sign, or get a hot or cold from the Queen of Arvindor.
It doesn't work like that. Besides, only recently there was a group of travelers that uncovered very ancient secrets that are connected to the Queen, and they did not get any similar signs. Whatever this song is, it is not connected as much to the Elven lands as it is probably connected to something that's down there.
Why don't we go check it the hell out?
I cannot ask you to follow a sign, the sign of a goddess that almost none of you, save of course for Elwyn, pay respects to. It could be something that might be insignificant to you. It might even be something as minor as a piece of lost history. Would you risk your lives again down there for something we don't know?
We literally just did that.
Like, we went down to go help Goel's family and ended up killing a super powerful ancient shadow dragon attached to a whole city of very adept drow warriors. And
you guys came with me to my home and exfiltrated a dragon cult.
And stopped a Baelor from running rampant.
Yeah. Too bad there was no way to stop that from happening.
Well, that's a...
And just to add to that,
Yeah,
they happened to kill my dad. So
yep.
Who was a high vampire who wanted to basically change the whole city into undeath, or bring the Shadowfell into the undeath. The point is, we should add a stop to that at least.
Yeah, and he was just kind of an asshole.
Alwyn
he was kind of an asshole.
Look to Judas when you said you helped kill my dad.
Vampire daddy.
Yeah, while his mouth is stuffed with pancake and eggs.
And then you see the two fangs, and then the blood pudding just drops. It looks like jam dropping from his fangs.
You're first he will swallow the food, then will look to you like, you killed your father.
Oh no, my how do you put it? A vampire daddy.
What's vampire? What?
He got like bit, and then he was like, "Oh, you're my
vampire coach, the one who turns you as your father."
Oh. I understand. What? So you are a vampire, not an elf?
No, I'm an elf, and then I got turned into a vampire, and then I got turned out of being a vampire. Now I'm something between a vampire and not a vampire. And then my dad died, so the curse was broken, but I'm still alive, more grey. But I have apparently hearing the words of a goddess in my mind who's constantly asking me to suffer for her. Like I said, how should I say? How should we put it, Jeffries? It will fit right in, wouldn't it?
What?
No, basically,
he's got pancakes in his ears.
Welcome to the fuck up crowd.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
that's sort of what we do, is put each other out for our own issues.
Just take if that's all right with you, we could go do the quick thing where Jethris and I were intending on going, restock on various things that will keep us alive, like diamond dust, and diamond dust.
And diamond
Um,
dust.
and diamond dust.
No, I could
And
just
then
mix it.
we, well, it's good to have reserves. Sometimes you aren't around to make it.
Oh, okay. So it's my fault. All right.
Yes.
Allowing hearing you talking, and he feel like he cannot put anything for the party you want, and he kind of feel jealous of you guys, how close all of you are. He will.
Close.
I don't know. What he believed, and he will say, I don't have much to put, but I promise I can be good and fight. I I will fight for all of you guys.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see a demonstration. I've never seen you fight before.
You did not see
we,
me?
we might have to
Oh,
have
you
like some
you've been flying
tryouts.
around.
Right.
I was being facetious.
What? Right. What I meant to say is, I do not doubt that any of you would come with me and Elwin and find out whatever this is. But I want to make sure you all know this is probably nothing in the scale of a vampire lord threatening our reality, or a whole orc tribe being enslaved. This is who knows what. This is my goddess asking me, and as it seems Elwin as well, to follow a specific path. It might be you might come and do nothing.
Man, that'd be a great change of pace.
You know, I had not realized how positive that might be true, I suppose.
Honestly, if your quest involved us walking for a month and literally finding nothing, I think that would be more of a blessing than a curse.
Oh, phrasing. Come
But
on. I'm sure we'll find something. Just hopefully maybe not a big shadow dragon.
Well, they're not fun.
Why not?
Oh, well, you know,
Who said
last
why
time we
not?
almost died.
Yeah, who said why not?
well,
Looks around, sees the halfling waiter.
Are you mad?
Scurries away.
Get the fuck out of here.
what are you looking at?
Who do you think you are? I am.
Regulus sort of look at Vala and say, I mean, are you worried about bringing us along on that sort of a thing?
All right.
Do you think we're gonna embarrass you?
Well, no, I do not think some of you are going to embarrass me. I'm certain that you are, at least one of you will probably
Yeah.
embarrass me from my goddess. But jokes aside, my worry is something entirely different. First of all, as I said, it might be something that I just need to do, not something that that might be dangerous or even need too much attention. Second, I have a feeling it's connected to something more, well, I don't want to say intimate, but very personal to me. And if it's time to face it, then the goddess will let me know. And I will let you know that, you know, it's time to ask you to put your lives in danger again.
Praise be to the goddess.
We're going to do that anyway, so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right. So.
Except when a certain somebody suddenly disappears for no reason again.
Regulus rolls his eyes. Hey, at least this time I'm trying to disappear with all of you.
That is true. Besides, nothing can actually happen to me. I suppose Elwin probably would like to look what this song was about, so we won't be alone.
I will. I will try to sing the song to you, Vala,
Um,
and
Yeah, go ahead.
hmm,
and
I'll give you a beat.
give me a second.
You ready? I can lay down a beat for you. Pulls
Oh,
out
no need.
drum.
Is that okay to post it in the chat or the Discord DM?
You have to sing it out. Obviously, kid. If you don't feel comfortable about it,
No,
just post it
I
out.
can
Neither Roll20 or
look.
Discord.
I can sing it, but there one thing. I need each one of you write that no matter what happened after the thing, you will not sue me for any damages. Brain damages, clinical psychology damages, death.
I will judge you harshly.
Jethro stands up.
I
Hey,
will not
everybody,
judge.
listen up. Elwin's about to sing us a song.
Elwin
Aww.
will blush and like move his chair next to
Vala?
Vala and say the song in like a word type. So I'm not gonna say that, but that is
I love how Jethros actually started giving the beat.
Right to the beat.
Go and ride on my disco stick.
They shouldn't go boots and cats.
Well, that was beautiful, Elwin.
thing. You, I heard it in the temple. I turned to Vala. Did you also hear that?
I did. And I'm not sure what it could mean. But the fact that only you and I heard it means that it is a sign from the goddess.
Goddess.
So that's like exactly what you heard.
Besides, I can remember the last time the goddess was so direct about something. So this is why I'm feeling like I need, and you, Elwin, to investigate it as quickly as possible. It might be a closing window.
Well, do you want to wait until we're ready, or do you want to go and investigate it? Vala, come on. Tell us to go.
You people really are not going to give up on coming along, are you?
Well, it's just,
The fuck else are we gonna do? You're our friend.
Regulus elbows Jethros in the ribs. Could you stop trying to get us to go there immediately? I know that's my thing, but like look, let's just we're gonna go. Look, I'll spend all my magic, at least my two most potent spells today. We'll go to where we need to go to get this other thing going. So it's going on in the background, and then we'll teleport to the Elephant Lands.
Wait, now?
Yes. Now.
Well, we gotta pay the bill first.
He coughed the food and like very nervously start to get nervous.
Where are you from in the Elven Lands? That's a bad question.
Oh, I thought we were going back to the Underdark for this music shit.
Oh. Val, do you want to go back to the Underdark for that?
Yes, please, if possible, and not too much of an inconvenience.
Reaches in a pouch of various rocks. The ones that's labeled.
Yo, can I
He
have
picks
one
it
of
up. No. He picks it up, looks at it. Yeah, that's the one from
What?
Oh, wait. Actually, never mind. Regulus will reel his hand back and tap on the mushroom staff, and I guess technically the Spire of Super Evil. These are both Underdark items, so they should work. Okay, finish up your meals, and let's go somewhere nice before the Underdark, because we just love it down there.
Well, it's just a tourist trap, I swear.
Regulus will even, oh my god, Regulus will slap down. Kaz, do you think 30 gold will cover all the shit Goel's piled down in the last hour of us talking?
I'm certain they will clear up the bill and the mess that he has probably made.
Okay, 30 gold, and a tip for the dealing with a full party of
That poor
whatever we are.
waiter.
The poor halfling waiter. And once that's settled, Regulus will look around. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna say this a better way, I guess this time. I'm going to cast a spell. It's going to take us somewhere else. Please agree to it mentally, physically, spiritually. I'm not going to hurt you. It's not a fireball.
Yeah, well, why would you do that? There's witnesses around now.
True. Plus, each one of us is within clobbering distance of you, so, you know.
I also find it always interesting. It's like spiritually, mentally, and everything like that. Last time somebody told me that, I turned into a vampire.
All right, do it.
I mean, I have very sharp teeth, but not like very specifically pronounced ones. Anyway, well, you done?
I can't think of anything else to make fun of you for.
Wasn't asking. Regulus will clap his hands together, and from everyone's sitting position, which will probably end up in us all being on our ass when we get there, I will use teleport at 7th level to teleport us to Woodgate.
Wait, are you teleporters in the midst of the tavern?
Yes.
Yep.
Front. God.
From the
Yes.
shifting arcana, a hand reaches out and grabs one last piece of bacon.
As long as it doesn't teleport us into the lavatory.
Wait, didn't you
The magic of Regulus shines brightly and starts slowly glimmering, expanding the light. The moment that it touches someone, it engulfs them whole and sucks them into this star that they become, because they fizzle out of existence and in a bright flash reappear. And now, after quite a while,
Yeah, I do have the Bifrost teleport.
You all appeared and nearly blinded by the rays of the sun, just scorching straight to your eyes. Right outside the town with wooden walls around it, that is very much known as Woodgate. Well, you recall this place. You have traveled it in the past with Regulus on a pilgrimage that you went. The one that you did not talk very much with one another.
And then Goel went shark shit on me. And where's it? Here!
Fun memory.
Whoa.
It wasn't. It really wasn't.
This place is
fucking Elwyn.
bright.
Hey, look, Elwyn! It's a view of the sun. Don't look at it. Don't look at it too long. At all.
Okay, I can't see the sun without looking at it directly.
Well, I mean, my eyes. Anyway, yeah. All right. So,
you're okay.
Regulus gulps audibly.
Are we?
And looks at Vala sort of like a nervous way, Welcome to my hometown.
Oh,
Now I have to ask, is this your hometown or is this your hometown as you might have remembered it perhaps from your time?
No, I mean, well, that's a can of worms. I don't think I can warp reality like that. I think I could just change places. I look around. Does it look similar to how Woodgate? I mean, I came here before, right? So it looks like how Woodgate looked from my
Exactly.
memory.
Yep.
Okay, let's go. And Regulus is going to walk down the path, and he's going to point out to all the sites and the buildings, and he says, "There's the church for Lady Firehair. Nice place. It's also a brothel. They're nice there.
Lady Firehair.
And as we're sort of walking, Regulus is going to sort of look down at himself and think, surely not so super easy to tell. Just a blue tiefling with pink hair and fins.
Hey man, do you want me to make it look different?
I don't know if that's going to help sell what we're dealing with up here. And Regulus, but he'll look towards Jethros and say, "Does it take much of your power?"
Not at all. Watch. I'll crack my knuckles, take some dirt off the ground, and rub it on your face.
Oh wait.
Now you have dirt on
Actually,
your face.
Thanks. He wipes it off. Helpful.
is that a tradition in your hometown?
No, don't listen to Jethros. All right, let's go deal with consequences of my future actions. And Regulus is gonna walk home.
Did you fireball someone before you leave?
No.
No. Apparently, he's going to meet his parents. He's a little bit cookie, so don't worry too much about it.
Oh shit, we didn't tell you about this whole thing.
He believes he's from the future.
Regulus will keep walking.
I can understand why he's nervous. I will be also nervous if I return my hometown.
And
especially if you're like 2 years old right now.
Or a crazy person, and everybody's going to tell everybody. Well, everybody's going to say, "Hey, look, it's the crazy person."
I feel like I've seen enough shit that Regulus is just fucking pulled out of his head. We're teleporting across fucking the entire planet.
Yes, and
I feel like we could just, give a little bit of leeway to this idea.
that he's from the future.
I mean, I don't fucking know. I'm no
What
I don't think
magician.
it
for future.
was it even.
I
Was
mean,
Judas?
if he's from my biggest concern is if he's really from the future.
We time traveled.
We met a fucking dude who's literally called the Time Lord.
Wait, you're all from future?
No.
I didn't meet the Time Lord.
Just okay. Let's please just. That conversation is stressing me out almost as much as the fact that we're walking up to my family home.
Just to point out, when you speak to Eloin, remember he's -1 intelligent.
Well,
Okay.
this is
So am I.
The big problem is I have with the whole situation is he says he's from the time travel from the future to change things. If this is true, he's technically a person who's trying to fuck up everybody's futures and past, which makes him a bad guy. Or he's a crazy person, which I want to believe, because if he's a crazy person, he's actually just a very nice guy that tried to help us, and I can forgive him for being a little bit kooky.
I feel like there's a different way you can look at the first one, but that's fine. Anyway, we went to this mountain and like it was all like timey-wimey and we like got fucked up and we got sent all the way in the future and then all the way in the past and we did that a couple times and then we ended up back and we were fine. Basically.
See,
At least I think we're in the
yes,
present.
you're right.
Regulus
Beautiful
once again
creature.
says, "Good times."
Is that your house?
Yes.
Sorry, Caden, can I incite all of them?
I leave it entirely up to you, but I will not be the judge of that. What I will say, however, is as you are moving around, as you are keeping an eye to the village itself, as you stroll through the many ways, you can smell the the scent of iron and steel melting from the village blacksmith. You can smell the different trade goods from a farmer's market or from other sort of regions that are around here. Hunt and deer and all sorts of game that is being provided. Raised next to the great old forest, the very village of Woodgate, that once stood as a home of the wood elves that made an alliance with the overlord or rulers of the Midland. The village itself is not only built next to the forest or out of the forest back, as it pays homage to the long history of this forest, trying to, as if it is trying to retain a respectful distance from it. For those that look outside, they might see some ruins across the path that leads further into the forest itself. Ruins that once were inhabited by an invisible or unknown caretaker of this village. But that is all folklore, stories that people may have heard of this place. You continue around, and to those that are first time here, there is quite a significant amount of population that is female around here and less of male. And those that are male are either very, very, very old or rather very, very young, suggesting that a very big portion of a population might be missing. Town is loosely inhibited, somewhat rural. As you continue further in there, you will see, as Regulus points to a house into the distance, looks not the wealthiest and not the best building in place, but surely one of the more important ones. And you can see that on the outside of it, it is currently decorated, adorned with multiple flowers around it, mostly of white and other festive colorations themselves. There are some white ribbons along it as well. As you start to move around in here, the people of Woodgate themselves might offer a nod as you move around, but they aren't very. They're nor welcoming nor very much afraid of outsiders. They acknowledge your presence, but they've got work to do, and they don't seem to take much of an interest in a group that's approaching around. This is not the first time that they see adventurers. You can tell that as you move around in here. Closing into the distance, you are approaching the house that Regulus suggests is their home. One thing that Regulus draws, or at the very least makes you slightly curious of, is that the windows all seem closed and sealed.
Is that like where
Are
you
we?
left?
Are we unwelcome here?
No, we shouldn't. We should be fine. Just a town.
Yes, and as far as I remember from human societies, so many closed windows when you arrive somewhere means they are either afraid of you or they do not want to approach you.
Well, the windows were closed before we got into sight. It's not like they got closed. They're
Regulus,
already closed.
Regulus, did you fireball them before you leave?
No!
No, but there is a big chance that this place is less welcome to any sort of outsiders than Reggie remembers.
Maybe there has been an attack.
Kaz, from what we can look around, are there any maybe plundered shops or any destroyed, walls or any damaged property? Something that might imply a raid?
Let me survival check, Val.
Right.
I will assist you.
I will appreciate that.
Regulus
You show
will
with advantage.
sort of say as they're sort of looking around, and he's getting kind of ambiently nervous about how they're reacting to the place. And he sort of says, "Look, when I was growing up, apparently before, in the time my parents were adventuring this place, a lot of the men went missing when they went into the mines. There was some accident. If that's what you're curious about, that's why there's not a lot of them."
And
There was
indeed, Val, as you look
Mm.
around, the words of Regulus do seem to suggest the truth and a story that has been spoken back. You've even heard of certain tales to that. Members of the Ilarian circle that once raided a nearby mine in here. You recall that and you can see it around the side of the population that is missing this, what you can only attribute as laborers population, people that usually walk into the mines, the more fit and strong as they are. But there are no signs of a raid, at least not around town. There's no destruction, no debris.
Right. It took me some time, but I realized I have not been in this place, but some of my former guildmates have been. That might explain the lack of males, or at least adult males here. Perhaps these people are less trusting of people like us.
like people aren't avoiding us, right, Kaz?
No,
I'm wondering.
not at all.
Yeah,
Not
like
at all.
we're approaching a house that just has closed windows. It's not like people are avoiding us actively. It's just we're approaching what looks like a place that's been battened down.
Somewhat vacant. The main thing in regards to the population, what I wanted to put emphasis on is that they don't really bat much of an eye to your presence, as in you are quite an eccentric group, but adventurers are always as such. And that town, that village itself, seems to have seen its fair share of their use to erratic or more so very developed adventuring groups.
I guess
As you move a little bit closer uh, to the building itself, you can see all of those ribbons. You can see all these flowers arrangements around, wishing for happy honeymoon.
Regulus will breathe a sigh of relief, but also somewhat of a curse under his breath as he sort of just sighs. Look, see? They're just out on a honeymoon.
Oh, cool.
So
Which isn't great for what I was trying to do. Because now I have. Unless Kaz. I don't remember that sort of detail, and that's something that could be interchangeable to this time. It's not like it's obvious. So Regulus will sort of say, right. Well, that's not easy.
What you need? Maybe we can get inside and grab it.
No, it's. I mean, We needed someone to inscribe the rune. We don't need the rune. But there's only one place I could think of.
Mm-hmm.
And Regulus will sort of look around. Well, since this place is closed, next best idea is we go to my dad's forge. It's a bit ways out of town, but it's not like far away.
Question, Regulus. If your parents is not there, and we go to your father forge, won't be your father angry if you enter his forge?
He won't be angry with me.
With who?
Mm.
I mean, obviously he will know it is you. I mean,
No, he won't.
The people of the town saw you, and
They don't know who we are. They don't know who I am. They might put it together in a couple of years, but no. Let's just go find it. I know the direction of it, and did sneak out and visit it at one point. So, can lead us there.
Hey, Regulus, you got something on your head. Yeah, let me go grab that. I get really close to you.
What?
You got something right there.
Looks, he like pats around his head.
Nope. Let me get it. I reach up and I'd like to sleight of hand take one of the flowers out of Regulus's hair, if possible.
Made him look.
Go for it. Make me slide a punch check, Regulus. Not Regulus Jethers, and Regulus make me perception.
7.
Perception check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. Take this. Fuck.
Do you want my inspiration?
shouldn't the
It's not
ranger?
gonna get much better, I assure
Okay.
you, but I will use it.
No, I'll just say you succeeded. He's not that hard to fool.
Well, you rolled.
I don't care. Regulus does not notice.
I snag it out of his hair.
Is it attached?
I rip it out of your head.
Ow!
I
What's
got
that?
it. I got it.
That was. I didn't know you were trying to tear something out that was attached to me.
It's fine. I got it, man. Just chill.
I'm confused.
Oh
Let's
my.
go. Let's go to your forge. Your dad's forge.
Regulus will start walking towards the direction of that, and he sort of looks back at the house for a moment, thinks about various things.
I leave the Regulus flower with the rest of the flowers. The butterfly
Butterfly
Jethers
effect.
places towards there, and you continue to move up and ahead. Girl, you wanted to add something. Sorry if I didn't
No,
hear.
it's okay.
I'm not sure. Okay, more than fine. As Regulus continues to pave the way, after all, it is not that far of town, but it is out of town's limits. And as you get closer and closer, you can, Goel, you can see and peer through the cave into the distance. You can see nearly a heat haze that emits out of it. even dormant as that forge might be, it seems to an extent that it's still somewhat active. You advance your step slightly forth as you now know where to go, and soon enough, you will all find yourselves to the fort that Regulus spoke. As you enter this place, you can see up in the distance a small construction that has taken place in here, a massive forge and some anvils left and right, some weaponry lying here and there, some incomplete work. Different tools, smith tools, are scattered everywhere around. The mechanism itself is made from rather potent minerals, making it able to endure the heat. And you can tell those are of the exotic variation. These minerals in the back of those pipes into the distance, they're not made from bronze or brass, but it is clearly that they are somewhat of the exotic variety. Left and right in here, strange weapons with dark gray hue. They, even by gazing towards them, you can tell that there's something about them that seems to unsettle the very lot of you.
Ugh, I feel unsettled.
Subtle.
Truly so.
Well, I'm gonna look around to see if I can spot I guess I don't know, any runes, any detailed schematics, any I guess inscription tools like chisel.
More than fine. The area itself is filled with notes, papers, parchments that have been destroyed, torn, taken apart. But there are also many in here, many that are scribbled. Some of them they have seemed to be circled out, others that seem to have been crossed off. It's hard to find exactly what you need to, but at the very least, one thing is certain, Regulus. You absolutely recognize the handwriting of your father in here. Not sure what language would Nautilus write. I'll leave it up for you to let me know, but they would all be in that language.
I imagine he'd probably write in like what's the natural language of Triton is what? Aquan?
I would assume.
Primordial Aquan, more specifically.
He was kind of mostly once he was doing forging and stuff like that, he was probably more into the regular common. So unless he had oh fuck, Kaz, I'm gonna roll a D100. On a 0 to 25, he wasn't paranoid. On a 26 to 100, he was paranoid.
On a 1,
Such is the way. He probably wrote them in either Aquan or Primordial or Elvish.
Given that Aquan would come a little bit more naturally towards him, I would assume that the notes themselves are written in Aquan, as it's more than fun as Regulus starts to pick them to see one after the other, and though they are for certain the handwriting of your father, the language itself seems to not necessarily sit great with you, as it's not something that you were taught. As Regulus is picking together some of the notes, just to give an opportunity if others wanted to do something whilst in here, Duel, Vala, Halloween, Judas, Jethros, was there something that you wanted to be doing in here in between?
Yeah, I'm pressing down on the pedal of this grindstone and going, look how fast you can make this thing go.
What of the rest?
I think Vala would walk small circles around the place. No particular reason other than get a good look around here, and maybe not bother anything Regulus might be planning to do.
More than fine. Vala, make me an Arcana check. As part of that, as you are keeping an eye around. Go ahead, Guel. I saw you were moving around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna test out the weapons that are made. They finished. Any good ones?
You turn towards there, and those weapons themselves are somewhat heavier than one would assume. So you grab one of those and try to swing it once or twice. They are of decent quality. I'll assume you don't have any proficiency with smith tools, Goel, but you can still make me a nature check as you are giving a check towards them. What you will at the very least notice, Goel, is that there are a bunch of handles in here from axes, big ones, from weapons such as moles, such as maces, spears, all sorts of weaponry that seem to be lacking their metallic part, suggesting at the very least that their metallic parts were removed. Some ignots lie left and right, but you do not understand their importance or what they could, what kind of iron or mineral they would have been. Alas, it is potent smithing, but nothing of grand importance and not a magical weapon that is to be used or something as such. Those seem to have been carefully either sealed, obscured, hidden, or taken from.
Probably put those back. The ones I found. Something off topic. Could you link me the guide to Sarah?
Sure.
Yeah, that's it. If you don't mind. I did
I'll
clean
give
up
you
my
the-
PC and I
yeah.
think I accidentally deleted it.
Okay.
Even though I did buy it. Wait, it's in my email. I can find it.
I don't think you can buy the guided.
No, didn't you publish it?
That's a different one. That was the blood maids
Oh,
and
yeah, that was the
the
blood.
Templar mold.
Yeah.
Hey Val, you can have
Go for it, Vala.
inspiration from my joyful exuberance.
Right, I'm gonna do just that. Wait, are we talking about the D8 inspiration or the reroll?
No, we're talking about a D10, baby.
Oh,
Fucking
right.
level up. Let's go.
We're at those levels. Nice.
And also my inspiration. So we roll.
Yeah. Right. This is not gonna be the advantage in case have I normal. All right. Let's roll that D10.
You can
Does
roll it
I
again.
think.
Well, it's a
2D10,
blackjack.
take the higher.
Oh, right.
Well,
You're embarrassing me.
But we have no wizard.
I'm cool.
At the very least, Vala, you see those ignots that Goel inspects for even a second. He kind of just seems to grab them, smell them, and you see how appalled he is by the smell as he discards them to the side. You notice something amongst there. You move a little bit closer to that ignot. You take a quick look. You can feel it both freezing your hand and also nearly scorching, burning it. You look around and you see a number of weapons that are made from the same sort of mineral, from the same sort of iron around. Those weapons are weapons that are made by a very, very unique and rather occult, or at the very least unholy, mineral known as infernal iron. The weapons in here that are being taken apart, smelted into ignots, are weapons that are being created in the depths of hell.
Wow.
What?
Vala will. She will hiss some elven curse word upon noticing those weapons. She may have, she may have touched one of their hilts just to inspect it, and upon realization, she lets go, half pushing the thing out of her hand. Without taking her eyes off the weapons, she will ask, Reggie,
What?
what
Regulus will trottle on over.
what does your father work on?
Weapons?
Yeah, there's weapons and there's soul traps.
Weapons.
No, they're
Soul traps?
not soul traps. They're just Regulus will go over, sort of like squeeze in between Goel and Vala, mostly on Vala's side because Goel is just a wall of meat. He'll just pick up the sword or pick up whatever infernal weapon is in there.
I strongly suggest you don't hold on to it for long. These are made of infernal alloy.
Regulus gives her a look.
What sort of look?
Tag.
It's just like, and then he like swishes his tail around.
Right.
What's going on?
I mean, look, I know that he went on one of his adventures. He went to the Hells. I wouldn't doubt he probably went and picked up as many things as he could to come to bring back and mess around with. He's not making. He wouldn't make things like that. Weapons made in the Hells aren't all magically turn you into a monster when you die. It's just
Well, some of them. The fact that they're unique kind of makes it a problem when somebody creates them, doesn't it?
he's probably using the metal. I mean, the one of the sayings he always had that I have trouble remembering is it's not the what you do, it's not what you make it, it's what you use it for. The most powerful weapon he ever made. It's literally called Hellstormer.
Look, it's not a matter of name, it's a matter of what this is. I am not doubting your faith to your father, all right? But at the same time, there are some things that need some serious explaining. These swords, these weapons, I don't know if all of the weapons here are like that, but do you know what happens if you get cut by this? If anything happens to you for the next short time, your soul ends invariably in the hells.
Ooh.
It doesn't matter how strong your faith is or how many favors you wrote from higher powers. If this kills you, or if it hurts you and then you die, all your life goes to waste. This is not something that someone just keeps in a collection, or at least someone sane.
Regulus will furrow his brow at that precise statement. Look, came here to find out about runes. Didn't come here to find judgment on whatever my father does. He has his reasons. If you're gonna persecute him for having used infernal iron on weapons, why don't you persecute me for having infernal blood?
And not the same thing, my friend.
Aren't they?
It's the same.
Nope. The one is something you're born with, the other one's a choice.
Great. Then the choice is, unless you ask him, don't make assumptions.
Well, then the other question is, like us getting into here, is there a possibility that somebody else got into here and was basically experimenting with things while your father was away? I mean, this
I
wasn't
don't
not the
know.
most secure. This wasn't the most secure thing ever, was it?
Look, Judas,
Hmm?
I may kind of agree on that. Perhaps if he was up to anything unsavory, he wouldn't have left these things lying around. At least guilty people don't leave clues of their guilt unprotected. So,
I mean, yeah, I'll hold the debate in regards to that one, but still the question remains. I think we all agree. It's like, are we the only people here? Hmm?
let's just focus on the rune for now. But I am going to be a little more vigilant now that I know there's those things at play.
And if it's in any likelihood, if he was looking for something to send something careening through the hells, he probably was saving it for Sahagin.
It sounds logical, albeit somewhat extreme, even for half sapient monsters like Sahagin. But
You
I
don't know
can't.
Sahagin like my father knows Sahagin.
I don't. That's why I am not going to really judge his options. We've all.
I do have to point out the slight irony of you like using the "don't judge me for my infernal powers," then talking like casting damnation upon the entire race. But considering this is your story, I shall go and stand over here.
Also, can someone stop Jethros before he gets that grindstone on his head?
I'm gonna look around for the anything to do with.
I have to point out that was kind of funny. He's like, "Hey, don't judge me for infernal powers," and he's like, next one was like, "Damn, she hogging and may they all burn in hell."
Mm.
Regulus, make me an investigation check.
Maybe anything else but that.
You could ask for help.
It's an
Or
investigation.
can I ask? I will ask Jethros to stop spinning the wheel and get him to look instead, since he also has proficiency or knows what we're looking for to a loose degree.
This thing's hella sturdy.
Yes, it's supposed to be. It's for grinding metal on it.
It's pretty cool. Did you like watch him do that?
What?
You know, work on like swords and stuff?
I mean, I know he does it. It's not like he specifically led us to come here.
Well, I didn't
Especially if
say
he was
that.
working with stuff like this. I mean, he
Working with
had
stuff
a different
like what?
stuff Val is being superstitious about.
I look over. Oh, it's really hard to hear over this thing when it's going fast.
Can you help me look for anything to do with the runes we're looking for, inscribing, please?
Yeah, sure. Just like earth rune shit. Yeah, I can do that. I'll look around. Investigation, right?
Make me an investigation check. You have advantage because Regulus is 80.
Yeah, I'll let him have the glory of that, but I also have an item that's really cool.
You take a little bit of time to look around, Jethros. I'll assume you are using the ability to read on writing. That is that you
Yes,
have in order to
I will be attempting that.
get a better understanding of what you're looking for, and soon and enough, you will come across upon certain parchments that are tries and somewhat of not really an essay, but a short expose on the different runes, time that he spent studying, notes that he has on him by himself, onto the various and different runes that he came into contact with.
Hmm. I'll flip through the pages. This looks runey. Do I see the earth rune in here?
The information you seek seems to be in there. Obviously, it will require a little bit further reading or also practicing, that is. But alas, it should contain the information that you seek.
This looks like it. Yep, it is. Yeah, yep. I mean, you can read this, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck. I guess I can
I
work
mean,
on, like, translating it.
The runes themselves are on giant. The notes are in Aqua, because the runes are of giant origin regardless. The notes, the personal notes of Nautilus seem to be in Aqua. The rest of which is in giant, however. Onto the central
Pen and
forge,
paper.
the massive shield of an axe stands amidst there, way bigger than that for a humanoid, but definitely fit for a giant of sorts. But at the very least, the paper that you came, or at the very least, the information that you set out to find should be now on you.
I give it to a regular.
the is this like the giant runes or the translated?
The, the giant
Okay.
themselves should be. Again, there are information in Aquan in there, but you become slowly a little bit more adept in understanding as you are starting to read all that start to help you with guiding magic. It's knowing your father techniques and ways, you know how the thing and few things become somewhat uh, more apparent, more clear. And the runes inscribed in here are still, even though they're on paper, are bestowed with a little bit of glimmering dust, glowing pigment, that is, and they contain somewhat of an ambient magic. As per your level up Regulus, you are now able to use the rune shaper feat, which comes with all sorts of benefits, the one that you picked. However,
Yeah.
you can already consider the stone rune as an extra. So you can have as many as the rune shaper allows, plus the stone one, because it obviously
Oh,
is in there as well.
Oh, neat. I can pick a different
14.
one. I had picked Sun Rune as one of them, so I'll pick a different one. I guess Regulus sort of just like absorbs the information like a dragon shout from Skyrim. And
This
Regulus will also what is it here? Where's the
is this sword hot? I touch it.
There is not a sword, as I said in there, there's a massive great axe, the hilt at the very least, as the very bottom of it stands within there, and the very top of it glows somewhat hot. The coals of the furnace are currently not as burning as they usually are, but of course, they are here.
Are these oven mitts here?
Of course.
I'll take them and I'll try and look at the axe. While
You see, as
Regulus
Regulus is
reading.
reading it in there, Jethros puts both of those gloves and rubs his hands together and starts to grab that massive axe as he slowly takes out the axe from the forge, from this furnace. The moment that you do so, Regulus, and you take a step back, the axe falls, the very top of the axe falls to the ground, and you can see the same shape and the very same mineral, this infernal iron, in there, standing with a rune on top of it, one that glimmers with magic. And the moment that you the weapon splash against the ground, the whole room fills with fog and mist, and the temperature drops extensively. So all eyes quickly turn towards Jethros as what the hell did they exactly
Snow
just
Song, what'd
do?
you do?
Don't blame
The
it on him.
chill,
Blame the
Can I
dog.
make a deception check? No, I don't. It wouldn't work. It's clearly
the chill and the cold, it's clearly you. The chill and the cold in the room starts to expand and extend. Goel, even though the area is hard to see through, your eyes are much more potent. So you're starting your busy Goel, more than
Yeah.
fun. But you will, just before you start, I'll give you the, before we do a break, you see right in front of you as the snow starts to coalesce and start to form a silhouette right in front of the lot of you. And made out of ice, a giant and hulky frost giant with wounds onto the body and exposed and frostbites on it, looking skull-like and certainly not very much alive, become one with the frost and take shape. As Jethros, you feel the axe slowly raising from the ground. And before or after we roll initiatives, we will have a quick 10-minute break before we continue for the rest.
Okay.
Right.
I just finished my French fries.
I want to know the story behind this one.
I will. I might be a second longer, on the break.
Oh.
But I'm gonna send you something that I might want to do.
More than that.
Also, Jethros and I have for the usual gift of alacrity.
Ah, goddammit, I brought to the GM. Kaizen, did you see the GM I sent it to you?
The last one,
Not the
I saw
initiative.
that.
Yeah, not the
Yeah,
initiative.
yeah.
Yeah, the other
I saw
one.
that. Yeah.
I forget about that. I don't know how to introduce it now.
We'll figure something out. I'll think of ways to make use of it.
Okay.
Yeah, have a quick 10-minute break. Be back for the rest.
Anybody here?
Nope.
Just me.
Just two. Did they send you the Alloy fixed big nose thingy, Regulus?
You did.
Oh,
I commented on it.
oh, I totally forget I sent it to you.
Anyway, baby.
Wow. What's going on?
Okay.
Jethro's dropped an axe and pissed it off.
Great.
Now your father will come back and see the forge meth. You know who he
Someone's
gonna
gonna
hunt.
get beat.
I can't be blamed because he doesn't even know who I am.
I assure you he will know. Like
I
it's
assure you he
obvious.
won't.
I mean, he
I
will
mean,
come back.
just imagine he summons something like he does a spell that's like, oh, is it, give me answers or something. It's like, oh, it's he who is nearest to you, or he of your bloodline, or something kind of crap. It's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
and then Nautilus looks at 2-year-old baby Regulus.
Nah.
Nargos is one of your characters you played before.
Yes.
Oh, the big Triton. I remember. Sorry.
Yes.
I forget you have a lot of character, and all of them blue. Well, 80%.
The fish.
Yeah, that's cool. Actually, that's one of the coolest character. Like I never met the character played like, but it is cool.
Stop
You finish his
brown-nosing.
story.
Still haven't
What?
met him.
Stop brown-nosing.
The what?
Brown nosing.
What is that?
He's calling you a suck up.
You need to explain that more to me.
Oh, shit. I can't use other reference. He's saying you are being.
You're putting your nose up his ass.
No,
What?
it's like I don't know what the fucking term is. What an equivalent term would be?
Compliment.
Brown-nosing.
Yeah, complimenting.
Brown-nosing.
How whatever you said it is compliment. Like I really like. I saw the character and I liked him.
That's what Judas is saying. I don't say anything.
No, I am telling Judas why you think that.
What? You're brown-nosing?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like, oh, I just love that character. It's like, it sounded so.
it is.
I post a fish. He doesn't have to post a fish.
It sounded brown nosy. If it was or was not, it sounded good.
I still I don't understand the like. I know the meaning. I know the word meaning, but I don't see it from what I'm doing.
I'll be right back.
Take care. Is that also broad nosing, Judith?
No. I think you over exaggerated. You're just like, oh, he's the bestest of best characters. And I'm like,
Oh no. I mean, I'm talking about the art. There are an art. Uh, Regulus showed to me. I don't know if like. Give me a second. It's so freaking cool. I love the art. Like
oh,
I'm not.
you mean his Nautilus art?
What?
Yes, his art of Nautilus.
Let me just give me a second. This one. Wait, this is Vala? You're the wolf head, right? Let me make sure. Yes. For some reason, it's taking time to get to you. Oh, it is really huge image. Did you receive it?
And the cutter. Oh, with the Chicagan. Yeah, that's the Nautilus one.
Yeah. So that's why reason I said this. The art that he made, like this one especially, I love this one. There are other one when he become a giant, but yeah,
He's a bit of a we used to joke he's a bit of a addict.
Addict to what?
Creating. You don't know this art?
No. I know create. Wait, creatine.
Create art. He creates a lot
Ah,
of.
yeah.
It's
He
so much
create.
yeah.
Yeah. That. Yeah, 100%. He is. I'm like astonished about how he could like. I feel that he have kidnapped artists and it is in his basement. So how the weather there?
Right here, at
Yep.
the moment,
Yep.
it's middle of night, so it's cold.
Lucky bastards. And you complaining about the heat. Wait, just to make sure you're from England, right?
No,
What?
no, I'm Australia, mate.
Oh,
Oh, wait. So right now it's winter for you?
Yes, we're southern
Yeah,
hemisphere.
yeah, that makes sense. I came for some vacation in Belgium, and for some freaking reason, when I came from Greece, right? And when I expected something, chiller, it's the exact same temperatures this week at least.
weather. I want I have a lot of friends that go visit Australia. Well, they learn they have to study there, like in Sydney.
Oh yeah, it's a very popular study location.
Yeah. Uh, the weather here is 43.
Barbie 43. Nothing done, nothing
Wait,
bad.
43 what?
Degree, not Fahrenheit, of course.
So Celsius.
Celsius?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's average, man. And that in Middle
Yikes.
East.
Why it is yikes? That's normal.
For where?
What do you mean for where? Come in the middle of a day. I believe I put multiple pictures. No, I did not put it. I did not post it here, so no one go unconscious. So uh, the weather here in the middle of the day when you first you ride your car, it become 55 to 59 degree until you turn on the condition and it go to 50 Celsius. And that normal. I'm drinking coffee with that. Oh, hot
Okay.
tea.
Okay, at least please tell me you're drinking iced coffee.
No. I deliberately said hot coffee. I said hot in the first.
Wow, I did not hear that. Wait.
Maybe there's a little bit of exaggeration there. Not
No, it's
59.
50. No. هذا في السيارة لما تشغلها أول شيء على الظهر. لا هو سيارتي معطية بحط الصورة في الأوف توبك الحين.
شكلك حاطه تحت الشمس.
هو انا حاطه تحت الشمس.
إيه.
ما عندي جراج بس امي واخوي ماخذين الجراج الله ياخذه. اخوي صغير مو بكبير يعني انا اكبر واحد ما يستحي على وجهه.
I mean, a bit of a spatch, it seems.
Yeah.
ما have the image. Where is it?
Yeah, I usually park my car in garage at work or at home. So it's not
I
too bad.
I
It's usually like 39 in the car if it's in the garage. But if it's
no.
out in the sun, it gets up to 50, 51, 52. But
I
And that
put
usually now,
up.
cars nowadays, you can turn it on remotely and turn the AC on max
Yeah.
before getting into the car. It just
I
cools up.
put the proof of my car. And I'm literally putting the air condition to the lowest I can so I don't melt.
Let's do a quick raid check. See who is back. I obviously had both Goel and Elwin are back. Vala, are you back?
Aye, aye.
Judas?
I'm here.
Regulus?
Yep.
Jethro will be a while, as he said, but he has told me exactly what he's planning to do on his first turn. So, unless they're back, which they're not, we should be able to get back right on it, and they'll get on to the second turn. So Jethro's quickly, the moment that this all occurs, that everyone prepares to fight whatever that just appeared. The area is lightly obscured, but you have barely sight into the target in front of you. Quickly, as it stands, Jethros will yell out towards Vala, "Hey, Vala, get slightly behind that creature!" And he will move right next towards Snowsong, and he will prepare to use a little bit of his own magic as he holds a spell. Get behind me, he says, as he grabs a pinch of powder made by crushing a quartz. In that process, ambient magic starts to fill the area, and Vala, you are up next.
All right. Get behind him, he said. Right. Sure, you know what? Vala will move, and well, she'll need an action to take on her shield, so she will take on her
The
shield.
moment that you move to here, Vala, just to keep an eye, from here, when you get right besides Goel or to the side of that, is when Jethro will unleash his spell, and you can continue further on, but he will cast a wall of force and conjure a barrier from one side to the very other to block that giant. And the moment that this appears, he will force the creature to move further back, as the wall of force will block it against the lot of you.
Okay. You know what? In that case, I know it's not the ideal thing, but Vala is having sort of. I mean, this place is in the middle of a town, right? I'm
Not inside the town, but slightly out of reach.
right. So it's very close to people's homes. Vala is having somewhat of a hard time believing that such an extreme measure would be here. So, would it be possible that Vala attempts maybe an investigation or perception to see whether this is actually real or if it's maybe some fading construct or an illusion?
The creature itself, right?
Yeah, the giant.
Make me an Arcana check.
All right. Vala will do it. That's a 15.
As part of that Arcana check, make me also a medicine check.
Oh.
Well, you take a quick look onto the enemy in front of you, and they were made out of thin air. Oh, it suggests something of magic. This is just giants don't appear out of nowhere. It's hard to look and gaze through here. Their corporeal form that slowly solidifies does alarm you. And then your keen eye for detail, even though obscure as it is, you notice some traumas and wounds onto the creature, and those veins that seem to have turned into this purplish hue, meaning that the creature that you are looking in front of you is already slain. This is an undead giant, similar to a revenant.
Oh. Okay. Wow. So that's Vala's action. So for her turn, the last thing she'll do is ask, Regulus, has your father ever angered the dead giant?
Regulus thanks. I don't know.
Right. So that will be Vala's turn for now.
And Goel, you are up next.
The hell's that line?
Wall of
This
force.
line of magic, made from a nearly transparent and clear quartz, seems to block your path. You put your hand towards it, and it seems that it cannot be moved at all, giving the creature and the lot of you full cover against one another.
This was Vala's handiwork, I assume.
Jefferson's.
Jeff,
Jethro. Goel's gonna look back at whoever, like the magic, wherever it came from, just the general direction of everyone else behind.
Now what? We run?
Jethro would probably say something along the lines of, I don't know, can we leave it in here?
Let's just give it a minute. I mean, we've got what? How long did this last?
A while, Jethro will say. Go ahead, Goel, still your turn.
What can I do? I'm just gonna pull up both Warhammer. And as soon as the wall of force comes down, I'll smack with the skull crusher.
Goel grabs his weapon and runs to the wall of force quickly to realize that this wall doesn't break that easily. Prepares,
holding
then
my action.
encourages. Yeah.
Oh.
More so as he does a quick check, sees that, and just holds his next strike if that it goes down. Anything else, Goel?
Me and Snowsong will hold our attacks.
Snowsong moves next to Goel and growls as he prepares to bounce and strike against the enemy. And I'll assume that's your turn, Goel.
Yes.
The creature growls as it stands down there. It slowly points up with its axe and quickly turns to the lot of you. In Giant, it speaks. Disturb my death, my purgatory. I'll end you. The giant strikes into the wall of force to realize that it cannot strike through there. And then just roars, and as it roars, you see, bursting from the area, those iron weapons made of hell iron start to glow as the ice rune appears on them and start to hover, levitate, and prepare to assault everyone. The one next towards them has nearly melted, so it is currently as quote unquote bloodied. And Regulus, you are up next.
Regulus will sort of blanch in the cold a little bit, and he'll sort of innately, depending on how you might allow this. Do I have access to the runes that are from my feet? I haven't inscribed them, but I haven't really had we kind of just finished a long rest anyway. Would you allow me to have them active or make them active?
I'll assume not for this encounter because this is right after, and at the very least you got a trade-off of an extra rune for free. I'm okay with it not being able to be used for this necessarily encounter. Any other you can do so. I don't expect you to do another long rest for you to inscribe them, but yeah.
Regulus will look towards the giant and say in giant, trying to persuade, I guess. Look, we don't want to fight. I just wouldn't mind an explanation of maybe why you are in a weapon. We didn't mean to disturb you.
The creature looks down onto its body, onto its wound. Make me a persuasion check. Regulus, I'll assume you're speaking giant, so go for it.
Yes, yeah.
You turn towards the creature and speak some words to it. The creature looks at its wound. Blades betrayed from my clan in the circle of fells. The creature turns and looks towards you. Down in the catacombs, they threw me. The creature wanders for a moment. Death to all. Unworthy of raising my axe, as it points towards you. And a lot of, but go ahead, Regulus.
And he says, "Was my father worthy? Is that why you're here?"
The creature prepares to slam against the wall. It doesn't reply to that, Regulus, but at the very least, you're cunning enough to understand that maybe that is the reason why that creature didn't show up previously. Or maybe a whole so different reason, but at the very least, that is more so the angle that you're currently working with.
Okay, then so that was my action. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to bonus action cast a spell.
Go for it.
Is it 2 or 3? It's 2. Okay. There is one Hell Iron weapon on this side of the rage cage, so I'm going to shit. I can't have drawn a staff in that time because this is the action I would use to draw a staff. So whatever. I will cast a 2nd level guiding bolt.
Go for it.
Towards it.
That will definitely strike against the animated blade, burst towards it, and coat it with divine radiance.
I'll look over. I'll say, Elwyn, until Jethros decides to bring down the wall, maybe we should deal with that. He'll point it, and then how it has all its weak spots showing brightly.
The hilt, basically, I would assume,
Yeah.
is the one that glows, but yeah. Anything else, Regulus?
That'll be it.
As right after that, I did not expect this to actually play any part in this fight, but apparently it does. As you see, the infernal weapon run through the wall of force and pierce through there. As this one will fly towards Vala and make a strike towards them.
Well,
I'll assume that hits you, Vala.
Yep, 20 will do it.
For 19 points of force damage as the weapon turns and strikes towards you. You raise your shield, block some of it, but you can tell that those are very, 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 very keen and very, very deadly, as the other one will fly as well through the wall of force towards Jethros. However, Goel, you have a held action. I'm not sure if it is only to attack this creature or you want to keep it in the chance that the wall of force drop, but you can also make it against this one.
If the DM allows it.
Up to you, but yeah. That will hit
Just
for
13.
13 points of bludgeoning damage. A potent strike as the weapon slams into the ground and spins and tries to strike at Jethros, be guided by the giant and understanding that is the one that's holding the magic to end this.
It's Skull Crusher adds a +4.
It's an extra 2 in there. So yeah, I see how you mean. I'll add the
Yeah.
extra 4. As the attack towards Jethros, I doubt that it will hit you. Jethros does 11 hit you? I don't think so.
11? No.
Yeah. The weapon flies through the force field as
What the
per
fuck?
its ability. But at the very least, it's not going to be able to do much more to you. As Elwyn, you are up next.
Excuse me. I apologize. My mouth full of food. I will run here, and I will use one of my attack to push, if Vala allow me, to behind me, so the sword doesn't attack her anymore. Oh, is that a half movement?
It's only one of your attacks to
Okay.
shove Vala. I'll assume Vala allows this, or
Sure. Yes.
Sorry, Vala. I put her behind me, taking out my both swords. Turns first, I will attack this one, the one who been lighted up, because I have advantage. I will grab my both weapon and use rapid strike to attack it twice with normal.
for it.
This one will be 15. No, actually, not 15, 14.
14 will still hit.
Okay, and 20. Then I have 3 attack. No, actually, I have 4 attack, so 2 more. I will reroll that. I'll use inspo. So sadly, that pretty without the fire.
Without the fire damage.
Yeah.
The sad part as well is that though you will definitely nearly destroy those weapons, necrotic damage does nothing to them as they are made from infernal iron, as they are, as you turn and strike again and again towards them, the vile energy that is within them seems to protect them from that.
I might believe also that also fire, they immune of fire. That's what Alwyn believed. Yeah, I will stand here protecting Vala. That is my turn.
And Judas, you are up next.
Roll, so. Well, can't get to. So, just to. Sorry, I was away for a second to clarify. Enemy, and this is a force wall.
A force wall. They are behind the force wall, so one cannot fight the other for the time. But those weapons seem to be able to appear and move through the wall of force.
Oh, very smart. Does the force wall, how much meters does it go up? So it's completely isn't just okay, no worries.
It goes all the way up because the cave goes up to 20 something. Mm-hmm.
Just clarifying that. But we can see through the force wall, can't we?
You can see the other side, yes.
Well, if I can see it, I can misty step towards it, can't I?
Yep.
You can do.
But who put up the force wall? Was it or was it Regulus?
Jet.
Jeffers.
To protect his
Were you
friend.
guys trying to talk to it, or is this just part of the strategy?
It's fucking
Jeffers?
killing us.
Okay, then misty step attack.
Roll a
Go
charisma
for it,
save.
Judas.
No, that's force
You don't need
cage.
to.
Oh,
That's
okay.
for kids.
Anyway, and I shall attack recklessly with my bloodshed blade.
$21 will strike against your target. As Judas, as you step through to the ground and leak into blood and disperse into a mist as you reform slowly, congelate onto the other side. As you strike at the feet and the thigh of the giant shrinks towards you as you duck and evade it. But as he shrinks, he starts to completely freeze and then disperse as he will use his reaction.
Oh shit.
He gets a
That's rough.
I totally believe Kaizen did not plan that for now when Jethro's
I did not. I did
Jethro
not
says-
plan any of that.
Believing you.
Jethro's neck slowly cranes around.
We just got hit
And
by
Judas turns around and looks at his weapon and says, "Come back here!"
Let me in! Let me in!
What this? point,
Now
I
we are
guess I
safe
might as
from
well.
Judas.
Right?
I'll assume that you tell Judas.
That's my turn.
As on the other side, Elwin, you are targeted by one of the weapons that tries to take a strike, an infernal cut towards you. That I'll assume hits.
Yes.
It's not a crit. Barely by one, it's not a critical hit. But you take 23 points of force damage as the blade turns into guts and cuts you. The moment that it does so, you can feel the pain that this weapon is more than just a barely animated iron weapon, but you can see the rune glowing in here that powers it and gives it all of those abilities, making it magical and even more potent as the ice rune stands amidst them. Jethris, you are up next.
Why this sword is depicted as a sword of destruction of level 9 spell?
Because it is.
They are.
Similar.
Okay. I turn around. Oh, hey! I totally knew that wouldn't work. I was just having fun. Does he say anything? I say that in giant.
She is
The giant
pissed.
stands above you and raises their axe.
Oh, okay,
Preparing to
okay.
bring it down.
Wait. And I'll use, yeah, I have it, all right. Yes, it's attuned. I will, I will point my finger at it, and on my finger is a very, macabre ring, and I will, use a 4th level command from my ring of spell storing. And I'll say, Reforge. And I'll cast it on all of the weapons and the giant.
That's a command spell, you said, right?
Yes, I will link it. There.
Well, first things first, Jethros, the giant is an undead, so they will not be affected by that. But let's see in regards to the weapons.
Well, now we know, so we know
More than
it's undead.
fine. The weapons, however, do not understand any language. I think they are also affected by that. As you speak, Reforge! And you look around, you see there's flying weapons still attacking your allies.
Oh, fuck. Guys. I don't know what to do. Do I have any cool bonus actions I can do? Well, first of all, I'll drop the wall of force so that Juice isn't stuck. Of course. A lot of good that thing did. And I will bonus action, bite this disastrous blade. Not the giant. Please, not the giant.
Yeah. Yes. I got it after you said that.
I take this. Ow. Woo!
That's a bite.
And it's my first attack. So add.
Go ahead, roll a 12d12.
You bite at the hilt towards that. It bursts and sparkles with freezing magic. Your teeth freeze for a moment as it is very painful. The creature is resistant to the slashing damage, but the bludgeoning is magical. It takes all of that.
Shit, that's like a cold glass of water. That's my turn.
Does his tongue stuck in the blade?
No.
Yes.
He
Make a
didn't
saving-
leave the
strength
blade. He
save.
bit the leg.
Please.
And Vala, you are up next.
Okay. First things first. Well, Vala is going to spend a first level slot to cast as a bonus action a Sanctuary on Jethros.
Ah, thanks. What a sweetheart.
As she will, goes the bright azure magical shield to manifest around him. Then she's going to try to. You know what? Let's try and bring down a sacred flame onto the blade that Elwin has damaged. So, actually, is it even possible? I think sacred flame needs a creature.
They are constructs. They count as creatures.
Oh, okay.
Which one are you trying to blast?
The southern one, the one that Elwin has damaged. Well, figures.
They're fast.
Sadness.
Quickly,
But
as you turn your attention towards there and blast it with radiance, the weapon spins to the side and avoids nearly most of this. Anything else, Vala?
that will be it for now.
As at the start of your turn, Goel, the blade will use its reaction. I forgot to do that on Jethros earlier on, but I will do it right now. As the weapon will strike towards you, Goel.
Hits.
For 19 points of force damage, and it is your turn, Goel.
I'm going to bonus action. Roger. Become anger itself. Can you hear me?
Rajay?
Yeah.
Heard your Rajay.
I'm going to Rajay. Smack that blade.
I leave the blade up. Fun.
Uh, 18 damage.
You turn quickly and slam at the hilt, push the rune, and the hilt breaks, splitting it from the rest of the weapon as it is knocked to the ground and it is destroyed.
Fantastic. The other attack is going to be on the giant. Shabloink. That's min damage. 14. And then Sosag will take a little bit of a distance and do a 20-foot charged attack.
As Snowsong moves further away, the creature can make an opportunity attack towards Snowsong.
That's fine. Doesn't.
The creature, it will not do an opportunity attack. Ignore me. Blood will made it wouldn't hit regardless because it has already used its reactions. But yeah, go for it. Continue with Snowsong's attack.
For 11 damage.
A bite attack as Snowsong jumps towards the creature and strikes at it, and I think some extra damage from charge, right?
Yes. Shit. Charge. 4.
The creature makes the saving throw as Snowsong tries to pull it down, but at least a potent smack from Snowsong. Anything else, go.
He's going to use an earning tracker as a bonus action.
Giant is
This
now
is a
being
one-
tracked by Snowsong.
Yes.
Wow.
Anything else, go.
Nope. That's it.
The creature getting bitten by Snowsong just elbows them down to the ground with its weapon raised. It will first try to reach out and grab Jethros as it will use its multi-attack and try to use its freezing touch on them. First,
Just hits.
With them.
My experience,
Oh,
that
wait,
probably
yeah,
sucks.
You need to. I mean, she need to make a wisdom.
That is correct. Forgot about that. Here's the wisdom save. Pretty sure I'm right.
Here, snap it to the face.
As the creature turns and grabs you, Jethros, and you
Squeaks.
take 15 cold and 12 points of necrotic as it holds you towards there. In giant, it speaks in case that you are, or somebody else understands you are unworthy. And then lets you down to fall on the ground and try to split you in half with their axe. They fail the wisdom save, and in this scenario, they will be forced to attack somebody else. And just as the attack goes towards you, the sanctuary from Vala takes effect, glows very potently, nearly blinds them, and the creature just turns its attack elsewhere towards Goal, who is right next. Have this one go, which I'll assume will hit for a total of 25 slashing and 10 cold. That's a total of 17 for you, Goal. Damage in total. 35.
Holy shit.
The total of it. And Regulus, you are up next.
I see. As a bonus action, I will cast, or not cast, I'll bonus action, I will pull out the Spire of Shadows staff. Okay. And I will add this. So this is 2d6. Okay. And I will cast Guiding Bolt. I don't have easily on here. To add it from the compendium. Okay. So that's damage. Attack rolls plus 2 because I'm attached to this. So guiding bolt. I'm not in close range with it, right?
You're within range for an opportunity attack if you are to move, but you're not within 5 feet of it. You don't have disadvantage.
Okay. Then I'll do a second level guiding bolt.
Hits.
Bolt. Deals an extra 8 radiant damage on top of the regular guiding bolt.
The burst of light from the Spire of Shadows as it is filled with darkness and then becomes luminous for a quick moment and hurls a more potent guiding bolt at the target. I think that's regular. Anything else, Regulus?
I muted myself like an idiot. No, that'll be it.
The weapon next towards Elwin will continue to harass and try to strike at them, but fail to do so. However, as the weapon tries to do so, Elwin fires, and at the very moment that you parry, both weapons find the opportunity to make, as a reaction, an attack towards you. At the start of your turn, both of the weapons try again, but quickly in combat as Elwin is, he uses his Morning Star to block the other and spin down the blade to parry again the other sword that is once again attacking them in a blade flourish. And Elwin, you are next, avoiding all attacks.
I deflect both attack. I will take a stand and go with fighting spirit and go all in on both of them. First, I gain 15 hit point temporary, and I will first attack will be rapid strike. So Uh, that 14, the Freety sword. So just remember. And
And which one are the attacks, just to keep track of?
the first two attack is the first, like, consider the first two attack is 1. The 29 and the 16. It is not 16, it's 14. Because I did not activate a 3D sword.
I know. Who's the target of those attacks is what I'm asking.
The bloodied one first.
The
When I
first attack
finish it,
should be able to destroy it because it has only 4 hit points remaining. So I'll assume the 14 goes to the other one, and if that still hits, continue on.
so that the first one, 3 more attack with advantage. Wow. Close.
I love giving that guy Vorpal Blade. Go ahead, Elohim. Have your turn. Roll me the damage. I kid.
Oh, so you gonna give me? At least give me the. Can I take this sword?
No.
Okay.
I think you're missing one instance of damage. Yeah, you're missing one Freddy's Fury damage.
Okay, sorry.
Not a critical one. I'll take the 9 and the 4 from that. No worries.
So after going hammer to them, taking breath, then I action search.
First attack hits, second as well. The third one will destroy the weapon. As you go in the flurry, the moment you parry all attacks, you go in the spree of yourself, blade flurry, spinning left and right, and once you're done, all that are left there are sharpeners of those weapons, ignorant that there are.
After finishing all these 2 weapons in 6 seconds, I turn look to Vala. Like, that is a normal thing. You okay, Vala?
I'm fine.
Good.
Just a scratch at first.
I will walk here. That will be my turn, blocking the giant from Vala. That's his turn.
Judas, you are up next.
Well, move in combat. And I jumped the hill and walked there and then, come back here! Running up the wall, Matrix style, and then running, and then hitting him while standing against the wall sideways. Definitely recklessly.
Want to see me teleport? Want to see me do it again?
So it then hits.
Okay, and it'll attack again. Come on, bloodshed blade.
Ooh.
No crit from me. I think single one misses.
15 still hits.
Wow.
And that's the 2 damages, and that's me.
As Judas moves into the wall to the side and turns to strike towards the giant brings the weapon down to use the thrust around to quickly regenerate some of its wounds as Judas is applying the pressure in there as it prepares to continue on its warpath. And Jeffrey, you are up next.
Are our hells correct? How are we so high? Are we gods, guys?
Don't say that. Don't say that, please. Every time someone says that, someone dies.
Well, what can I do? I'm literally useless. Yeah.
You should use your burgeoning muscles to try and pull the axe out of her hand.
I will. It's not such a bad idea. Yeah, it's kind of a good idea. I'm going to use. Are there any more of these weapons still about?
Not that they are flying, only ones that have been completely melted with a very hit.
Oh, damn. Well, this is a frost giant, right?
So they say.
They're weak to fire.
If Pokemon taught you correctly.
Did you just say Pokemon?
It didn't. It definitely didn't. Teach me correctly, but that's what I'm gonna assume. So, there's weapons in the forge, or they're melted? What do you mean?
Melted iron might be there, not usable, not enough to be animated, but yeah, there might be like a stick or a weapon that is very, very heated.
I'll animate one of the heated weapons with my animating performance. I summon Muggy into this molten form. Let me pull him out. Where are you, buddy? There you are. Boing! Ah, too big, too big. I assume he would be.
I assume they should be small. The previous ones were small, so I assume this one is smaller.
Dead. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to command Muggy, but also bardically inspire someone. And I'll say, I don't know who actually needs it. I'll give it to Regulus. He makes attack rolls, right? I'll say, Reg, your dad's axe, it fucking did something, man. You gotta take care of this shit. As a bonus action, and you're inspired.
I like those things like your dad's axe. It's your fault, you bitch.
Yeah, basically. I don't want to like cover me and Goel's tokens, but Muggy is going to be right here, fly above us, and take a swing at Frosty the Snowman. So we open a sheet.
I have to say this just as a joke, but the fact's like, we believe you now, Regulus, so sort this shit out.
24!
How Judas gets to believe? As the weapon flies around and strikes onto the giant. You know, let's say that this is fire damage indeed, instead of force. And Pokemon taught you correctly. He's vulnerable to it.
I'm fucking awesome. I end my turn.
He's vulnerable to what?
Vulnerable to fire.
Yeah.
Vulnerable to fire.
But not to the holy purifying light of the goddess? What?
Ew.
I don't like the rules. Big B did. Vala, you are up next.
Big B and his giants.
Well, you know what? Val isn't going to try something big, seeing as it seems we found one of its weaknesses, but she will chant, May you return to rest and be bereft of this unholy strength, as she is going to try and cast a ray of enfeeblement on the creature, which, if I'm not mistaken, is an attack roll at first and a save later.
Yes, that is an attack roll first, and if you hit, it automatically guarantees that for the first turn it has those effects. And then it's a save.
Excellent. So I'll make a wisdom saving throw. It's the same modifiers. It is. No, it's +2. Actually, I have a +12. So whatever I roll, it's a +2. Yeah, I think that's a 23 in total.
That definitely hits.
All right. So there's this sort of dark-colored beam that strikes at the creature, and while there is no visible change on it, there is some sort of traces of a shadow lingering on its limbs, and maybe its movements become a little sluggier. And that's what Vala will do. She will stay behind Elwin. We don't want to waste his valiant stand. And that's turn for now.
I gave you a more appropriate Maggie for this encounter. Let's have the Maggie take his full-on form and glow, and I'll increase his hit points per request. It is indeed 60 now. And Goel, you are up next, as the giant seems severely weakened by Vala's magic, not bloodied, but weakened.
Alrighty.
Get his ass, Goel. Or her ass.
Is it a she or a he?
Looks like a she.
Yeah, she's a she. Kate doesn't
I
have
don't
a
want to
problem
check.
with the
That'd
token.
be uncouth. Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
That definitely hits. The main issue why I misgender multiple creatures is because giant in Greek is only as you know, a male. So
Man.
it's hard for me to do so, but regards to that, it looks like a female, and you are correct.
And he
That's
will.
35 points of damage, a potent strike from Goel as he goes into a rampage, breaking the knees as they turn into icicles that break as the creature crumbles and falls slightly, but still standing in front.
Trying to read about the weapon. Does it do an extra D8 to giants, or is it just dragons?
Just dragons.
Just trying to. But it does a 2D8 on a crit. That's my first attack. Second attack. Love to see.
That's
The
a
crits are
crit.
everywhere.
Kill it.
New weapon, and it's pulling its way, as you can see, with that weapon at hand. Goel has a very potent tool. 26 hits. For another 17 points of damage as Goel just turns 1, 2, 3 strikes towards the creature in front of him.
It's -2. Should be 15. Forgot to.
Roger that.
That would be my turn. So I'm going to do a chomp. Chompy chomp. 12. That's our turn.
As both guns Hillsong strike against the creature has only eyes for a single target, and that is Jethro. So it will make both of its attacks. As I'll make wisdom saves for both of those. Makes the first one, but the attack is a disadvantage on the freezing touch. So let's have that. Let's do the axe first. Let's go the opposite. This is on you, Jethros. Does that hit you?
Yes.
As he turns and strikes you with his axe for a total of 27 points of damage, 19 slashing at 8 cold as it swings with the axe. And then, as the light shines towards it, it will try to grab and reach out towards Goel. The attack is now at normal, because, well, not normal. Goel is not recklessly attacking. So the creature will try and grab Goel at disadvantage and push him away. Does 17 hit you, Goel?
That's my AC.
For a total of 17 cold, which is 8, and 17 necrotic, which is again 8, for a total of 16 points of damage, that is. As that will be the creature's turn, continuing to try and sling. In giant, it speaks its curses and vile words towards you, how it will not be stopped. And Regulus, you are up next.
Yeah, about that. Regulus is going to. Well, I'm not going to cast Fireball, but do I still have advantage, or did I waste it not doing it last turn? Do Silvery Barbs?
I think you still have from Guiding. Oh, wait, no, Guiding Bolt was another tiger. What am I even on about that? But I think you have Inspiration, not Silvery Barb.
Oh,
somebody
okay.
has.
Then I
Barley
will.
Glad is. Yeah.
Okay. Then I will sling a. I'll use my action to sling a firebolt at it. This is. I'll see if I need to spend a bardic. I do not.
32 points of damage as the firebolt bursts onto the Frostmoon.
I use a single sorcery point to once again cast Firebolt. As a quick. Oh no, I use 2 sorcery points because it's a quicken spell. I forget
Go for
it's not like twin.
Nice.
Wow.
For another 36 points of damage as. Oops. Wrong in here. Fix that. As for another 36 points of damage in the creature, if it was already cramming from the strikes of Goel, now it starts to thaw and be taken apart and nearly melt in here as the blizzard subsides and the creature is barely standing. And Elwin, you are up next.
When Elwin Man see the Morning Star did not work on the sword, and does he know about necrotic and that stuff? Like general understanding.
I guess it might be the sinister nature of those weapons that was spoken earlier on. It's not less that it was a construct, it was more what it was made.
Yeah, so he will sheath his Morning Star and grab the sword with both hand. Take a breath, and it is flare as I use a bonus action to activate it. And I walk here and like a samurai swing 3 times so fast. So 3 attack with free. Wait, just to be sure, long sword with both hands is a D8, right?
D10.
D10.
Give me a second. Change D10. Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
Although there's an actual hit.
So when are you gonna give me verbal thought? I'm joking.
As Elwin, you grab the weapon with both hands and move towards him. And how do you want to do this?
He run between her leg, cutting off one of her knee, make her like forced her one knee, and jacked the sword in her throat in unpleasant way. Then with the third attack as the crit is like cutting off her head and jump down because he's small and put the sword in a fashion samurai way and looked everyone. That is weird. This giant been screaming and angry from you, Jethras. What did he do to her?
I didn't do shit. I just,
Dropped her, I assume. I'm gonna walk up to the axe on the ground. I'm gonna
it was heavy.
pick it up. Well, I'm gonna see if it's as heavy as it seems.
It is very much as you look down to the axe now, the rune that was glowing within it has leaked around. The part that was already melting is still leaking barely in there, as with the potent frost that engulfed it and the fire that it took, it seems that to be in a very worst state. You look towards the axe, it's very, very heavy because it is made for a giant.
Can I tell if this is my father's craftsmanship or something that he collected?
Something he collected, yeah. It's not his
Okay.
your father craftsmanship.
Regulus will turn and look towards Vala very specifically and say, "My dad didn't make this. He found it."
I wasn't going to say anything.
Just
But
clearing that up.
look, all I care about is that there was a goddamned giant revenant in here. Do you know what a revenant is?
It's like a zombie.
Undead.
It is basically an undead that is reasoned through pure hatred because of its sense of injustice. Someone made that creature feel so wronged that it came back from the dead to exact revenge. Now, I have no idea why it would be trying to exact revenge on us.
Go look at me.
It probably. I mean, it kind of said what it. What? Oh, you didn't hear that, did you? It said it in giant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regulus will say, "Oh no, their clan in the Hells basically betrayed them, pushed them into a cave, meant for a trial, certain trial, and basically got them killed."
How's that my fault?
No, it's not your fault. Just that you kind of woke it up from a very angry sleep.
Regulus, Jethros, the only fault you have is that you just always seem to trigger the if you touch it, I hate, if you touch me, I hate you kinds of traps. So,
when am I allowed to touch that? I don't get it. I'm not allowed to be curious anymore.
Well,
it's not that you're not supposed to be curious. No, it is actually supposed to be. You're not supposed to be curious no more.
I'm gonna inspect the rune, and since it is, I believe, one of the runes I have, it's a frost rune, right? Yes.
Sorry, I was muted. I muted myself again. Anyways, it is indeed the frost.
I'd like to try and imbue some of my magic into it, since that's one of the runes I picked as the rune shaper feat. I want to try and see if I can, I don't know, save this item from deteriorating further or faster.
I'll also help using the lyre to cast mending as an action.
The weapon starts to get somewhat restored, and Regulus, you on one hand, the notes of your father, and on your other hand, your magic is starting to shape the rune around, and you return the axe into maybe not exactly its previous conditions, but at least good enough that it would not raise any questions, and to still potentially have some use. You feel the frost settling in when you use your magic into the weapon.
I'll try to lift it off the ground, and I'll think or think and say, "Miss Undead Giant, are you in there still?"
Who are you talking to?
I don't know, it was a hunch. I assume the silence I hear now is the silence I hear from the weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, knock that one out. Jethros, do you want to see if there's anything interesting about it?
I could take a look. Let me get my spectacles out. I don't have spectacles. I'm just kidding, guys. I'll look at the axe. Does it seem like could I I mean, I'm assuming he's reforging the blade. Can I by arcane means see if he's trying to enchant it in a certain way?
You mean Nautilus or Regulus?
Nautilus.
It more so seems, as from what you've seen around, from what Regulus has said, if there is any value to his words, that those weapons are in here to be made into ignots, to be destroyed, and be used as resource.
There's so much value to Regulus's words. What? I mean, come on. Fuck no, I don't think so. I think he's just melting this shit down. Poor souls all stuck in there and getting melted down into blocks of metal.
I think in this case, we kind of disperse the Axe's problem spirit.
Poor lass. Right, guys? He looks around for approval.
Well, makes sense.
Is Kaz?
Go ahead.
Is there like, I don't know, a kiln or like a crucible where, I mean, I know this is where he's heating things, but is there like a place specifically to melt down the metal and then pour it into molds?
Usually using all of the parts of this forge in here, the different pipes around, it's an elaborate forge. A smith would know how exactly this whole place operates. Maybe like those gears, maybe they come out from that side. It's not necessarily certain as how this forge works. This is not your normal forge. This is the forge of someone that is very capable at his craft.
I was gonna say this ain't your daddy's forge, but
It actually is. In this scenario, it is their daddy's forge.
that's the exact reason that's ununderstandable.
Regulus will sort of drag the axe back over and sort of not put it in the heat, but like put it nearby the
Careful,
back on
don't
the
drop
edge
it.
here. Yeah, I learned that lesson. Looks at Jethris.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Puts it back. I think I have what we needed from here.
Regulus?
Yes.
I look very worried. I point to the two shattered weapons. Your father will not asking to cancel. Camp.
Compensate.
That's this is the word. I cannot say it because my tongue. Because I broke his swords.
No,
It tried to kill us.
it's fine. Honestly, probably won't even notice. Cuts back to a week later. He noticed.
What the?
Looks around.
Yeah, fucked it there. So kind of fucking.
Who's the son of a bitch? Anyway, Regulus will just say, nope, it's fine, really, just not too big of a deal. Let's just put the collection of melted down stuff, and then we'll put it in a Is there like a, I don't know, there's probably an ingot like mold. Regulus doesn't know everything, but he probably knows like the basics of like at least when his dad was forging at a different, not personal forge, and he'll probably just like haphazardly stuff all of the broken slag back into a stone mold so that it melts all into it, and then puts it over here. See, no problem. All right, now let's leave before we make it look like a robbery happened here, more than it already does.
And that scary giant
I love my internet provider.
No. Regulus will go to clap his hands, and he'll just stop. Yeah, no, we can rest.
Is that okay, DM?
I mean, if you want to take a breath, you definitely can. If the group wills to spend some time to short rest, that's more than fine with me.
Woof.
No one arguing with that, so
Man. What a day. Glad we don't have other things. Oh, wait.
What?
We do have other things to do.
Well, I mean, I can't teleport if those other things involve what you're
Wait,
talking
really?
about. It's high level magic. What do you want from me?
Oh my. Bro, we had a piece of fucking rock that could do it. Granted, it only did it 3 times, but.
And then did otherworldly things the last time we used it.
We don't know that. That could have just been there already.
Uh-huh.
We found hellish things inside, man.
Okay. Relax. I have the amulet. We can go there faster. Not as fast as teleportation, but if we remember where the entrance is, we can get there fast enough.
How far away are we, Regulus?
I don't know. Who has the map?
Jethro pulls out the map. Where the fuck are we?
Regulus will point to the spot on the map where Woodgate is, because he knows where home is at the very least.
It's right there.
So it's a casual. Where do we need to go?
Right there.
That's a lot of days.
That's a whole day of Cloud. I mean, we that's how we'll chop down on the need a long rest again. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's all about what we want to do, right? Ellen, are you okay? You need to rest your bones a little more? Because I'll be frank, guys. That chick fucked me up. In a bad way. Did I lose connection again? Of course I did.
Does that mean I can do that with accuracy?
Yes.
Okay. I'll look at Vala and I'll say, okay, so I'll look at Jethris and I say, do we want to try this now? Before we go gallivanting. Oh.
I'm back. I'm just.
Jethris, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh. It does require to be a part of a long rest? I thought it was only an hour.
It starts as an hour, and then for the 8 hours, you are meditating and doing the long rest amidst that.
Well, shit. Then I still need to keep an 8-hour spell slot, an 8th level spell slot. Anyway,
for what purpose?
to have a silent, safe stone enclosure that is not in the Underdark.
Well, oh no, the forge probably isn't quiet. Never mind.
Well, we have to do it as a part of a long rest, so unless we want to eke out another long rest before we go.
Well, when my brain turned off for a bit from having a heat stroke in the forge, I was letting you guys know that giant fucked me up bad.
Is that information of it being on a long rest not so subtle code if we're not getting another long rest instantly?
Not really. If the group wants to stick to Woodgate for some time, you can do so. It's entirely up to you. I'm just saying that because going forward, it is a big part of if you're going to, whenever you decide to partake in that meditation, or even so try it. So, kind of depends.
We can taste the local fineries, you know. When are we ever going to come back to your town, Regulus? Come on. Show us around.
It's a fair assumption. I mean...
Yes, here is the part where I'm going to remind you that I am on sort of in a hurry to follow the divine sign. I don't mind you staying here if you wish, but I will be going.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah, let's go with Val.
So Valerie teleporting? Or using your amulet thingy? I know one thing will take 8 hours.
Well, both will probably... Well, we can fly there.
We won't need both.
Yeah.
I mean, one will get me almost unerringly beneath the earth. We don't need to teleport. We don't need to, land above it to be like, oh, I teleport now. So Regulus will look and say, well, let's hope we don't have to get out of a situation really fast. Again.
Don't
worry. Why would we ever need to do that?
I teleport. I grab the mushroom staff. Because I figure teleporting to the fucking Drow city is probably a worse idea. So at least we could probably find a way around from the mushroom area. So I will teleport to, I guess, kind of the area where we found the original scrapings of the ritual. Because I think that's also kind of where, forgive me if I'm wrong, if Vala started hearing that stuff.
She heard it in the maze.
Did she start hearing that earlier than that?
Yeah.
I thought she started hearing that I don't know, DM, correct me if I'm wrong.
Indeed, this is where you found the original inscription of Olakmora.
Right. But did Vala start hearing the song around that time?
Not from there. When you were hunting at Grushnak, where you were looking for Grushnak was the first time that she heard it. The second time was with Eloin into the Earth Node.
Okay. But Grushnak was how far away from that mushroom fight?
In the maze.
In the maze.
Not too far away, right?
It was past
actually, wait, give me a second.
Gork settlement.
I reach out I reach out to Jethris.
Yeah. I take out the drum.
Give me the bongos.
Don't break them.
A statement said by so few people before I teleport. Give me the bongos. I get the bongos and I semi-playfully go cha-cha-cha-cha. And then it and then we teleport to the maze.
You're thinking of a different maze, but I'll help you a little bit. This is the first maze that you found. Goel's father is not the same that you had the trial. However, it is close to their camp. So at the very least, you can go from their camp and go from there.
Would the glow-rune pigments count? Because that was a different maze. That was the first maze, right?
Yeah,
that's the maze.
Okay, then I will use those instead, because...
Awkward family.
Awkward.
And indeed, at the very entrance of the maze that you appeared, where you tracked Grushnak, you once again will all appear. Yet this area is now still, it's nearly void of everything. silence around. Since your visit, nothing has been in here. Yet at the very least, after a few moments looking around, with Goel able to trace any path around it if needed, Vala and Elwin will start hearing the song once again, wherever it is that it shall lead them. And with that being said, this is where we're going to put a pause until not next week, as I'll remind you, I am away next week, but the week after, that we'll return to, once and for all, hopefully, finish with the Underdog. I'm kidding. The Underdog is never
Question, Kaizen. Is Monday game will be happening?
No.
Okay.
I am missing for the whole week.
And then we'll play for a week after that, and then we'll be missing another week, right?
Not the full week then.
Oh,
We're missing Sunday. I think it's only Thursday, Friday, and the Monday after.
okay.
I still might be able to run that Monday after, but I have to check on the traveling schedule. I will see and I will report in between
the
time for everyone.
Contact us from our boat.
There is a session on the 8th. There is a session on the 15th. In regards to Mondays, I'm talking now. There might not be a session on the 22. The 22, I will let you know. But it's still got to just pending on the travel schedule.
All right.
This is like the Monday game. We finally get out of the Underdog and we're going right back in.
No, we avoided it on the Monday game. We're like, fuck that.
On Wednesday, we crash into
But the
the
Thursday
Underdark.
game, did we go to the dark yet with the Thursday?
I think it's fly, but not
Like,
for
the
Thursday.
whole
We need
Balin.
Excellent.
we drown out to channel.
Enjoy, everyone. Have a great week. If you need something, or great 2 weeks. If you need something, you all know where to find.
Where?
Thank you for the Caden. Thank you for the game, Caden.
Thank you, folks.
Enjoy,
Great
everyone.
game.
Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
See you guys.
Fun.
Bye.
Badoo.
Hmm.
What?
Stops recording.